Not to learn it like a subject, but it's to actually try, if you can, to live it. Today is a very special day because you have the chance to go back in time in history. Picture, if you can, that we're not in 2019. Picture, if you can, that right now, me and you are living in 1492. And for the next 5 minutes, if you can, pretend as if you're living here. The streets that you walked on is where your house is. Your mother and father just wished you to have a good day, and these are your blocks. This is your synagogue. You had your bar mitzvah here. You had your bat mitzvah here. When your brother was born, his brit milah was here. But now, you just heard that the king and queen of Spain issued a decree that gives you a choice. Either you convert to be a Christian, or you leave. You have to leave your house and your family and your possessions, or you kiss the cross and become a Christian. That's what's happening right now. But if you can, I want you to actually be here. You're going to meet two men. The first man in red is a man named Don Isaac Abarbanel. He is one of the greatest rabbis of the time. To this day, we are still learning his books. A rabbi of incredible, incredible scholarship. And he's sitting at the table speaking to another man named Avraham Senior. Avraham Senior is the most powerful man in Spain. He is a close friend to the queen. He lives in a house that is larger than this entire block. If he would leave, he'd give it all up. And Avraham Senior is reading the decree, and Avraham Senior and Don Abarbanel are now having a discussion as to what to do. Convert or leave. And imagine you're looking in the window right now into a home, into where this conversation is happening in 1492. Be here right now.
Therefore we, with the counsel and advice of great noblemen of our kingdom, and other persons of learning and wisdom of our council, having taken deliberation about this matter, resolve to order the said Jews and Jewesses of our kingdoms to depart and never return, under pain that if they do not perform and comply with this command, and should be found, they incur the penalty of death and the confiscation of all their possessions. Given in our city of Granada, the 31st day of the month of March, the year of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, 1442.
And we must take care of all the expenses and arrangements, transports, freight of the ships, maintenance, tolls. I've already contracted every ship I can find. She's not enough gold to fetch the price.
She did not sign it herself. Only the king.
The 9th of Av. Of all days, the Almighty has shown us this is His hand.
We ask for relief, and this is what He offers. A 10-day extension. We have all but 4 months and 10 days to move every Jew from Spain.
10 days is meaningless, not for the message it sends.
It is impossible. It is impossible to move everyone from Spain. Even if we were given an entire year, it is impossible.
But Avraham, we have lived here for over 1,000 years, and it has now all come to an end. The Almighty has shown us this is his hand. The Queen did not choose that date. God has chosen that date. The same day he chose for the destruction of the first temple and the second. God ransacked, Jews murdered and exiled, and now the complete expulsion from Spain on the same day? God has ended the Jews of Spain, not the Queen.
It is not the end of the Jews in Spain. Yes, it is God's will, it is divine, of course, but it is not the end. Hundreds of thousands of conversos believe that this terrible period will come to an end, that the Inquisition is just but a passing phase like so many others. They will return to the Jewish ways. They will regain the Jewish name.
They will be no more. The Inquisition's barbarism increases every day. 3 more burned in a villa last week. The Jews who have converted have given up. And the Jews who have remained Jews, who have already suffered so much, must now give up everything and wander the earth again.
Just last month, we financed the greatest expedition the world will ever know. For her glory. Did you know that Columbus leaves on that very day? Yes. The irony. Jews forced to flee their homes, and the Spanish fleet sets off like gods. We built her. We built her reign, and this is the thanks we get.
Columbus is irrelevant, Don Avraham. Jews are wandering the streets, desperate and afraid. It is impossible to believe that all of them, that we will be able to leave safely between now and then.
What will you do, Don Isaac?
I will go to Portugal. I have family there.
The Queen has asked us to remain. We still have her here.
Yes, only as Christians.
Yes, as Christians.
You are not seriously considering. Don Avraham.
The Queen cannot manage her own affairs. We have been involved in every decision. We have joined Castile and Aragon. We made their marriage. Never before have we held so much sway. Never before. And there are Jews still here. She will owe us their protection.
She will owe us nothing. Her fervor for a Christian Spain has darkened all reason. There will be no mercy.
No. No. The Jews who leave, perhaps their lives will be better, perhaps, if they survive. And for them it is indeed farewell to Spain. But so many Jews converted, yes, but by name alone, they remain. They chose her as their queen. And she, in turn, relies on them. They are her statesmen, her doctors, her financiers. She needs them. They need me.
How could we be having this conversation? You are the chief rabbi of Castile. They will make the most public display of your baptism, and you will lead thousands more into the same mistake.
I will be saving lives. I will never worship their God. I will never bow to him. The Queen has assured me, promised me, that I will not be made to worship in public. I will be seen as having been coerced into her service, and like them, been given no other choice.
It is against God's law.
We have had this discussion before, Rabbi. To save lives, to save thousands of Jewish lives, like Queen Esther. It is a transgression, perhaps, but it is not prohibited.
It is not as clear as you've made it, and you are not Esther.
God will forgive you.
He will not. Not for this, not for you.
I have devoted my life to the safety of our people, to their well-being. I alone delayed this decree for decades. I myself have made people not convert. I have bettered the lives of Jews from Aragon to Castile and beyond.
The Inquisitor...
You will take care of the Jews who remain.
The Inquisitors will be emboldened by your treachery. Think of every Jew who will bend and break, follow your lead and kiss the cross. And the Inquisition will hunt them down with unparalleled bombs.
And I will fight them with everything I have from behind the throne.
And they will come after you and your children to be burned at the stake. You are betraying the Jews of Spain.
I will save lives. I will be the hope for the conversos. They are still Jews, and they are still here.
They made their choice.
Yes, out of weakness, as you have so often said.
You will pave the way for thousands more.
The Torah will survive. You will survive. I will guide the Queen at home and save lives.
Your name will be forgotten. Your children swallowed by this ungodly realm. Torquemada himself, the Grand Inquisitor, is only 3 generations from conversos. If you leave with us, you send the Queen the most powerful message about the Jew, that the children of Israel are faithful and will survive them long after they have ceased to exist. Judaism is not for sale.
If I leave, I will have failed.
When I die, Dan Avraham Senior, I will die as a Jew.
And when I die, Don Isaac, I pray that my children will know that I have as well.
Before you leave, allow me to ask you the following question, and take a minute today to think about it. What if you were in this room and the choice was leaving or converting? Where would you stand? We spoke yesterday about being a leader. Leaders make tough choices. And the question, just to talk about it, to think about, in your life, your values, your ideals, how much are you willing to sacrifice for what you believe is true? For what you believe is right? Because maybe the measure of the leader is the measure in which they're willing to sacrifice for what they believe when times get tough. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the play. Have a wonderful afternoon. Continue to be great, be the change, and enjoy the rest of the day. We'll see you back another time. Thanks so much.